I was watching the Women's World Cup and the Megan Rapinoe. I know I'm probably going to get hated on for this, but the way that just that swagger and arrogance about her, I'm just like, I'm not a fan of it. So I hope she gets what's coming to her at summertime. I'm not too sure if they'll put the strap on Natty or not, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's kind of all I wanted to talk about with you guys today.
All right, man.
That was a good point. Good points, man.
It's really good because he's right.
He is. I'm telling you, I've been feeling it for months. Like, let's go back to the Becky that was the underdog, that, you know, didn't get an opportunity, that worked her whole life. And then somewhere along the lines, it got to where The Rock used to talk about himself in the third person. Well, I mean, The Rock would never do that. You know, The Rock would just, you know, go in and slap a couple people and, you know, put a sharpshooter on them and call it a night. No, The Rock is going to get in the car and drive because the Mark is tired and just had a dark match, and you had a match before me. You had more time to rest. You know, it's like
it's
don't do that. Like that arrogance thing is not for her. That's for Baron Corbin. That's for Sami Zayn. Like, if you want to be over, then don't be an asshole. Be the person that's like, look, I'm fighting for the fan. I never had anybody stand up for me. That's what I want her to be. Nobody never stood up for me. I had to do it myself. That's what I want.
I totally understand what Mark Henry was saying. I understand what he was saying, and I think a lot of people took it out of context because he used The Rock as an example. But I understood what he was saying in terms of her transformation from Becky Lynch, the underdog, the last kicker, to I'm the man and I'm out here fucking up people and y'all just gonna deal with it. I'm gonna knock your brains out. Becky Lynch responded, sitting on the Game of Thrones throne. A woman who told the world she was coming after the posters, the titles, the billboards, and the headlines, and does it is arrogant now. I said it, I did it, and I backed it all up. Live with it. Mark Henry went on to say, I said my truth as a fan and an analyst. I like to feel for my good guys and women. When they say what the bad guys and girls say, it comes across as overconfidence, which in the real world makes you a heel. I never said she was not over, period. I said the opposite. Jim Cornette, Danny Davis, Rip Rogers, Tim Pritchard, Arn Anderson, Pat Patterson, and many older master psychologists have taught me to put the heel over and overcome their dominance by surviving and out-wrestle them. Continually, thusly winning the crowd, getting respect for persevering and doing it fair. That makes you the good guy or woman. I take my lesson to the grave and will never take advice from social media trolls. I am correct, puppets. Lose. Mark Henry also said that he's an expert and he doesn't have to listen to anyone on the internet because he's an expert. But the thing is, we as social media have to ingest what you're giving. We have to understand what's going on in the ring. We have to understand these storylines. And what Mark Henry said outside of the troll thing makes sense, because at what point did she transform into the man? It was before WrestleMania. It was, when did her music turn from her regular entrance to the man? That's the question.
Lynch isn't the first name out of your mouth. Somehow I have been made an afterthought. And you think that after a few nights of praise that's all going to change? Well, no, I don't buy it anymore, because you're a generation of all talk, all opinions, and no action.
Okay, so this is from August 21st, 2018. This is after SummerSlam. She came in on her regular music. She just lost to Charlotte and Carmella. She's given a heel promo. she's telling the audience that they did not push for her, when in fact it's the opposite, because at this time everyone's like, Becky Lynch, Becky Lynch. Then she started getting momentum and pushing at this point. But this is when Vince, and I'm going to say it, Vince wanted Charlotte over as the face and Becky as the heel, but the audience would not boo Becky. So she cut a heel promo and it didn't work. And they continued, remember?
You thought it was your night and that you deserved it. And I think you deserve it. But what did you want me to do? Not take the opportunity, lie down for you? I would have expected you to do the exact same thing. Now, you're the one that said, in order to be the best, you have to beat the best. Those were your words. Those weren't mine. But you lost. And now you want to blame me? It's convenient. Are you done yet, Queen? Or would you like more of my time in the spotlight? Because I don't really Is this another pity party for yourself where you say I stole your spotlight or I put you in my shadow? No, if anyone knows what it's like to grow up in a shadow, it's me. I looked at you as one of the 4 horsewomen, as a pioneer of a women's evolution. You put yourself in my shadow. All you had to do after we embraced was look at me and ask for a title match. You threw away a 5-year friendship, Becky. I could have asked, Your Majesty. Screw you. Do I look like a charity face to you? Did I look like one last week when I was standing above you holding that title above my head? You mean after you blindsided me and attacked me from behind? I dare you to do it face to face, because it will be a different story. I promise you I will. Because I'm done playing. From now on, I'm taking. And I don't care how that affects you, Charlotte, or your royal little bubble. It was a full-time job being your friend. Managing your insecurities. Reassuring you that you were good enough to wear that robe and carry that last name. You're not. And the only thing that I care about is taking my spot back at the top of the SmackDown Women's Division where I belong. But you're in my way. And so I don't care what I have to do or how many times I have to drop you where you stand. That title is coming home with me.
So this was Hell in a Cell. They're getting ready for that. Now you can see the transformation. She's tough. She's rough. She's getting into it. But she's still talking about how she got to climb to the top. How she, she's still an underdog. And Charlotte's just in her way. And you could just see the disgust. And this probably was one of the best promos that they've cut on the most terrible shows as of late. On Tuesday night, it was an excellent promo. So we see Becky. I just want to know, when did the man emerge specifically? So there was a point where she beat up Charlotte, which was funny, and made her take photos of her standing on her back with the belt. And that's when she was like, I'm the champ. Take the champ's photo, because she was trying to let Charlotte know that she don't run the show. She ain't nobody. She's the man. Whoop de whoop de whoop. So I think the man came around, I'm going to guess around October. After she got busted open, that SmackDown, that's when she became the man and transformed into this whole anti-hero. Because honestly, you can't tell if she's a heel or a face. She's out healing fucking Lacey Evans. She's out healing she out healing Baron Corbin. She's a man. Seth Rollins that got emasculated in the process. It's just a weird dynamic. But I think Mark Henry summed it up pretty good. And I think this is what he actually meant when you stop and listen to what he's saying. He's not talking about her being a woman. He's talking about the character development and how confusing it is at the moment.
You want to get over as a babyface, you have to say, this guy or this girl is unbelievable. I just hope that I can survive long enough to be able to give them something back and leave something on their mind, because that's what the people deserve. And you have to take it back to the people. And I went out there the next Wednesday on OVW TV, and I cut a promo just like what I had learned. And the crowd went nuts because I was for them, not because I was worried about me. And that's what we're not getting. We're not, as a fan, I'm a fan. I want to be jumping on the couch, cheering for her because she's fighting for me, and she persevered through the whooping that the heel gave her. And she kept on going, and all of a sudden, it's a block, there's a miss, and she blows a comeback. And now, at this point, my wife is telling me to keep it down. We got neighbors. That's where I want to be. I want to have to be told that you're too loud as a fan of pro wrestling, and that's not what I always get, because sometimes she's the heel too, and I want her to be the babyface.
Then after that question, Bully Ray asked a good question. He said, if we're going to go with that type of question, who right now is playing the babyface 101 versus the heel 101, and if that will work in 2019? I would have said Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins plays the babyface extremely good when it comes to Brock Lesnar. Seth Rollins continues to remind you that he is going up a hill, and it's going to be the fight of his life, and we're all going to do it, and we're going to do it together, and you're going to cheer, and we're going to push, and that's what got him to WrestleMania, and when he won the match there in 3-4 minutes, right? Now he has the same issue. Seth Rollins is the face. Seth Rollins is being emasculated by his girlfriend, who is either a face or a heel or whoever, because she talks to him like she's crazy. And he's reminding everybody that he has to fight Brock Lesnar again, because Brock Lesnar is hardcore. He don't know if he's going to be able to do it, but he needs the universe to back him, and they're going to make it. Now, although him in real life on Twitter isn't the same as on TV, but he is playing the heel one-on-one. Now, Mark Henry said that AJ Styles stays within the realm of the proper heel and babyface. When AJ was WWE champion, he was a babyface. He never veered from that. And when they wanted him to turn into a heel, he couldn't come out of it because he's always the good guy, the family man. Now he's a heel. And AJ Styles, being a heel, he looks like a complete dick. Like, he looks like a bully. He has henchmen. He's giving you the nasty, as Lacey Evans would say. I get what fucking Mark Henry saying. And I think everyone is over Becky's cockiness. Yes, she's cocky. Yes, she walking around whoop de whoop de whoop. But I'm going to say this. You can't be the man if you taking a woman's right from Lacey Evans and falling the fuck out. You can't be the man if you got the end of days and you rolling out the ring and you fucked up and can't function. You can't be the man if you can't take some constructive criticism online. You doing a whole lot of online talking and grabbing your nuts, but then you want to pull out that you a woman and what you gonna do. Becky, I don't know what it is, but it's getting old. I don't care for it. I don't like that her relationship's on screen, and I'm shocked that y'all focused on this, because on a previous episode of Busted Open, they literally eviscerated their relationship on TV. They said Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville got more chemistry. They said Lacey Evans and Baron Corbin got more chemistry than these two. They look like two dudes in the locker room standing on TV. There's a clip where after he got beat and lost from Extreme Rules, Seth Rollins, she gets up after she still was recovering from the end of the days. She gets up and she just goes to the ring, and he look at her and he's like, I lost it, whatever. A girlfriend would touch him, maybe pull him in, pull him to your bosoms, kiss him on the head. Who gives a fuck about the audience? That's your man. No, she got him up. She was holding him and slapping him on the ass like, yeah, we gonna do it. It ain't working. I'm not with the man's man gimmick. I don't like it. I watch wrestling. Y'all need to stay within your gender roles, because if you're going to be the man's man, then you need to let these wrestlers wrestle the men too, and they need to be getting their ass whipped too. It needs to happen. I became Baron Corbin a fan Because his transformation, he a little bit sexy, and he gave her end of days. I wish he'd have deep sixed her ass through the goddamn mat, if you ask me. But I'm going to end it here. I agree with Mark Henry. I don't know what needs to happen with Becky. What I don't want to see, and word on the street, is Ronda Rousey and her boyfriend, her husband, are supposed to do some type of match with Becky and Seth. I don't want to see that. I don't know who wants to see that. I'm sure there are going to be some more mixed match challenges, if not tonight on this Raw reunion that I won't be watching, because y'all got a racist bowl up on the screen and women beaters and some more shit. But that racism is too blatant for me to sit there and watch a motherfucker get on the screen talking about some brother. I'm not doing it. Okay, I'll check the highlights and all that, but whatever. And it's a ratings grab. I don't know. And I'm not watching Moment of Piss. I'm not watching the Alexa Bliss and then she gonna talk shit to Becky gonna be the smart ass, and then here come Natalia, and then it's gonna be a triple threat 4-way, 2 out of 3 falls match. I'm not interested. I'm gonna do something else. So I'm gonna leave this here. This is Wrestling in Color. I'm your girl Stephanie. Once again, I appreciate each and every one of you for listening and enjoying. And don't forget, if you want the audio and not so much as watching the YouTube, you can still subscribe to the YouTube. But also, check out the link at the top to my Instagram. You can follow me there so you know what's going on and all the fun stuff I'm doing. And there's a link to a Patreon. And for $2, you can have every single audio file of this show. You can play it on any platform. You get a specific link, and it's all good. No pressure, just an option. Alright, y'all, I'm going to leave it here. Once again, I agree with Mark Henry, and I'm going to tell you now, I don't agree with Mark Henry, because he's a company guy through and through. Alright, this is Wrestling in Color. Make sure you rate, comment, subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down. Give me what you think. Is Becky cocky? Is Mark Henry right? Are you tired of Becky? Are you tired of the whole shebang? Once again, this is Wrestling in Color. I'm your girl Stephanie, and I'll catch you later.